Welcome into the 24/7 Sports Channel. I'm today's host, Adam Finkelstein, and we have yet another exciting commitment, an early one, from Cardinal Hayes and New York Whiz Kids 2024 guard Elijah Moore. Now, Elijah is, in my mind, one of the very best shooters, not just in New York City, not just in the Northeast region, but in the entire national junior class. I mean, he is an elite three-point shooter with quite a bit of complementing game to surround that. Now, he is down to 5 finalists, and we will take a look at his options here. He's got Alabama, he's got Arkansas, he's got Miami, Oklahoma State, and Syracuse that he is about to choose between. So without further ado, we are going to go live on site to visit with Elijah Moore. Elijah, what's up, man?
What's going on, Adam?
Thank you very much for doing this here with us today. I know it's an exciting day for your friends and family. Before we get to the big announcement, tell me what this process has been like for you, coming up the ranks in New York City and really making a name for yourself, and then seeing your recruitment really take off.
It was a lot. It's a long journey, long process. Very exciting and very humbling. Just being here, I'm just so overwhelmed. Everything going on, but the process was great. A lot of hard days working out. Staying focused, having to sacrifice, just being a regular kid and being in the gym. But I'm glad that I did what I had to do.
And now, why don't you mentioned where you are. Tell us where you are and who you're surrounded by here today.
To the right of me is my dad, been there since day one. To the left is my little sister.
Nice. And where are you today? Where are you making your announcement? Who you got behind you there?
Here I'm with some kids from John Philip Sousa with Whiz Kids, and I'm just here to help. They're gonna help me celebrate where I'm going.
Nice, and we can see the jerseys there. We've got the Hayes jerseys, we've got the Whiz Kids jerseys, and of course everybody can follow you on Instagram. What is that? ChoppaFam1? Is that what we got? All right. So before we get to the big announcement, I want to give you a chance to thank whoever has helped you get to this point in your journey.
Well, first, I would like to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. He's been there for me when no one was there, no one was watching, no one really cared, no one was supporting me, and he just kept me strong just as a person and allowed me to push through everything I had going on. Then I would like to thank my dad because through just being the only parent and being there and having to watch me and allow me to have freedom, but at least also be my coach and train me and put me in the right positions. He's done everything that I could possibly ask for, and I just want to say thank you to him. And in terms of my friends and my family, I don't really have I feel like I have a small circle, so the people that are there, they mean a lot to me. Honestly speaking. With my teammates, my coaches, my kids, it's just a lot of people that have helped me along the way of my journey, and I appreciate everyone that has helped me.
No doubt about it. Well, the moment is here, and it's time for you to announce where you're going to be playing your college basketball.
For the next, 2, 3, maybe 4 years, I will be attending.
Elijah Moore is headed to Syracuse. Syracuse is getting, as I said, one of the best shooters in the country, one of the best players in the greater New York City area and the entire Northeast region. So obviously a very big commitment for Jim Boeheim in Syracuse. Elijah, what made you decide that you wanted to wear the orange?
Just going there and speaking to the coaches and just being there and being around the environment of the fans and people there, it just kind of felt like home. Everyone supported me. They told me how much they wanted me to be there. The coaches, they just made it easy kind of, and they show love all across the board. So that's why I'll be doing that.
All right. Now, last question before we let you go celebrate with those family and friends. To Syracuse fans who have not seen you play yet, what would you tell them they're getting in Elijah Moore?
You're gonna get an electrifying shooter. We're gonna, get the job done. We're gonna win games. We're gonna have fun doing it. And I'm just very excited to get there, man.
All right. Well, we're excited for you. We can't thank you enough for sharing this moment with you. Congratulations to you, your dad, your sister, your entire family, everybody at Cardinal Hayes and the Whiz Kids. And best of luck. I know you're in the middle of a big season right now, so best of luck with the rest of the season. We look forward to seeing you real soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. And with that, we are going to bring in National Basketball Director Eric Bossi, who's going to help us further break down exactly what this means for Syracuse. As I said, Elijah Moore, a big-time shooter. And Ebos, I think this is as big of a win as Jim Boeheim has had on the recruiting trail in some time.
Definitely, for sure. He not only because he's a highly ranked player, obviously everyone wants that, but when you talk about system and styles and whether or not a player fits the school he's going to,
Yeah.
Elijah Moore is a Syracuse dude all the way. He's a long wing with some size. He can stretch out defenses with his shooting. He's going to be able to cover some ground in the zone on the defensive side, and he fits the recruiting profile. Syracuse has always done well with kids from New York, Northeast region. So it's a win all around. He's a guy that I think we know about the shooting, but I think there's a lot of untapped potential as he adds to his game off of the dribble. So he's a guy that has a chance to come in with a very translatable skill, but has a lot of room to grow. So I really like this pickup for the Orange.
Yeah, I do as well. And I think that's an important kind of point you make, because a lot of people talk about the fact that, hey, he's got to get better as a creator, as a handler, as guard skills. But I think the point that's kind of missed by most is that he's the type of shooter that projects to the college level, and projects not just as a stationary shooter, but as someone who's going to be able to make shots on the move. And when you can run off screens, you're not attacking set defenders anymore. Now you're attacking closeouts, and you're attacking, defenders who are off balance. So I really think that playmaking ability, it's all gonna stem from his ability to make shots, I think, because I think he's that good of a shooter. What do you think about that?
Oh, no doubt. I think sometimes when we talk about players, we always want to talk about what they can do to get better, right? But
Yeah.
in doing that, we sometimes forget what do they do already that makes them who they are. And he is an elite shooter that is going to have to be game planned for and accounted for. And like you talk
Right.
about, man, he's going to learn to attack hard closeouts and what to do. That's going to be a college staff's job to teach him those things. And when he learns that, it's going to be ridiculous. But even if he doesn't really expand it a bunch more,
Yeah.
there's room to score tons of buckets when you can shoot like he can, when you've got the range that he does. And I also think, he's got a big body that's going to
Yep.
really allow him to do some things. You're going to be able to put this guy in the mid post, even some low post, to try and exploit some mismatches and stuff where he's going to be kind of dangerous. He's got a little bit of old school feel to him, in my opinion. And I love what he does. That translates immediately. And there's nothing but upside as you build on his game.
No, I couldn't agree more. Last question I want to ask you. What does this mean for Syracuse recruiting as a whole? Because obviously, I think over the years, everybody's waited for the succession plan. They've waited for the head coach in waiting. I don't think there's much the assistant coaches can do on that front when you don't have that plan from the university. But when you get a guy, a New York City product, who's got this type of reputation, who's this well known, I think it adds a lot of credibility to what could be on the horizon at Syracuse. And so, speak a little bit about, the implications that this could have for Syracuse's kind of recruiting efforts moving forward.
No doubt. Syracuse has always had a strong brand, and I think what it says is that the brand isn't diluted at all. I think it says that people aren't really too caught up about what may or may happen with Jim Boeheim down the road, or maybe people just think he's going to coach forever. But the bigger point is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of worry, because other schools recruiting Elijah or anyone else that they're going after right now are going to be hammering home, oh, well, you don't know how long Coach Boeheim's going to be there. You don't know how long Coach Boeheim's going to be there. Well, if kids are still saying yes, especially kids like this from the recruiting sweet spot, then they feel pretty good about what's going on. and internally and in those private conversations, the right answers are being given to the questions asked of the Syracuse staff. So it's a huge positive.
Yeah, and I think if you're a player, if you're a playmaking guard in particular, Elijah Moore is the type of guy you want to play with, not just because everybody knows him and he's well known, but because he's going to bring spacing on the offensive end of the floor because of the amount of gravity he has from behind the three-point line. We've got lots more analysis and coverage of this commitment up now on the 24/7 site. You can visit us there, 247sports.com. Please be sure to stay liked on the 24/7 Sports channel as well, as we've got the weekly college basketball recruiting show, tons of football content as well, and obviously plenty more live commitments continuing to come your way. So until next time, we'll see you soon.